Mutakibiza Kasongo? Kasongo akibie sikibie? Sasa huyu Kasongo amechukua serikali.
It's about time we agree that Rigathi Gachagua, for the first time since his impeachment, he has proven beyond reasonable doubt that he is a man that is the greatest threat to William Ruto for the presidency come the year 2027. And why am I saying this? Rigathi Gachagua today, with the former Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka, have been trending the whole day with their High Cousins slogan and their tour in Mombasa. The multitude and the crowd that Rigathi Gachagua and Kalonzo Musyoka pulled in Changamwe today is one for the books. And I dare tell you that this is not something that you can just rubbish and throw under the bus as the UDA and ODM allies are trying to do. You have to come into this agreement that Rigathi Gachagua and Kalonzo Musyoka have started a journey that now we can say it's the true liberation term. Why am I saying this? Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo Musyoka, Eugene Wamalwa, Cleophas Malala, for the first time they went outside their vicinity, their comfort zone. In Mombasa today, the multitude that Rigathi Gachagua pulled together with Kalonzo Musyoka, I dare tell you, it is a great threat to William Ruto. I dare tell you, it is the greatest threat that Raila Amolo Odinga has seen in his political career this time round. And all the broad-based brothers. Why am I saying this? Rigathi Gachagua, since his impeachment, the man has been transversing around the Mount Kenya region. You know, the Mount Kenya region is his comfort zone. He went there, spoke to them in Kikuyu, yes, blah, blah, blah. They all bought into his narrative. But those are his people. When he would go behold Mount Kenya is when he would join Kalonzo Musyoka in Machakos or events or happenings within the Kamba nation. Apart from that, he would also join Eugene Wamalwa in the western part of Kenya. Some events, at some events. But this time round, they decided that, you know what? We are not going to stay in our comfort zone. It's high time we break the barrier. And let me remind you, when Gathoni wa Mushomba started fighting Rigathi Gachagua and started falling out with Rigathi Gachagua a few months ago, there was the sentiment that she made that Rigathi Gachagua should cease from being a tribal kingpin and he should become a leader that hides the whole country at large. If you want to be president, you can't be president for a certain region only. You have to be the president of the Republic of Kenya. And if he wanted that, Gathoni told him that he has to start now transversing the whole nation and not secluding himself in the Mount Kenya region. The man, we saw him as a man that did not have a strategy. But he only needed the right feet and the right comrades and the allies for them to just gaslight him so that he will explode to become the beast that he is becoming in matters politics of the Republic of Kenya. The moment Rigathi Gachagua and Kalonzo Musyoka began their tour in the Kamba region, the Lower Eastern region, yesterday, William Ruto deployed Kithure Kindiki in Machakos County together with Speaker Moses Wetangula to try and curb the influence that Rigathi Gachagua and Kalonzo Musyoka had started garnering in that region, which tells you clearly that William Ruto and his people are being cornered. It doesn't matter whether Ruto has Raila Amolo Odinga on his pocket. Why am I saying this? Because if William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga's coalition means something to Raila Amolo Odinga's supporters that much, then the support and the crowd that Gachagua pulled today in Changamwe and the other one in Taita Taveta I mean, those people could have disregarded Rigathi Gachagua and Kalonzo Musyoka and continued with their business because they have benefited from the broad-based government, knowing that Ali Hassan Joho, the former governor of Mombasa, is in the broad-based government. But what did they do? They disregarded everything and they went ahead to chant Kasongo must go and to warn William Ruto. Today, Rigathi Gachagua sent out a message to William Ruto, and he has even written it. He asked them, "You said that I am a tribal kingpin and I am based in the Mount Kenya region only." Using the pictures of the crowns that he pulled today in Mombasa, Gachagua and Kalonzo Musyoka wanauliza Rais William Ruto, hapa ni wapi? Mlisema hatutoenda mbali, hatutotoka Kamba, hatutotoka Mount Kenya, hapa ni wapi? Hapa ni Mombasani. And you see how the people are tired with you. Are we together? Now that tells you that if they tread on the same path before 2027, as early as now, they will have changed and appealed to a lot of people that possibly they can do what? They can lead this nation. But one question still remains. Yes, we agree that Rigathi Gachagua and Kalonzo Musyoka are pulling massive crowns. But the question is, who will become the flag bearer of this coalition come the year 2027? And looking at it, there is a sentiment made by one Ngonjiri Wambugu in regards to the Gashagua Kalonzo coalition. The man has gone ahead to urge Rigathi Gachagua, for he is calling the Kamba people his cousins, that it's high time for him now to put down his ambitions. The former Nyeri town member of parliament, Gujiri Wambugu, has shared his thoughts on the now viral slogan, "I cousin," that was recently used by former deputy president Rigathi Gachagua. Gachagua introduced the phrase during a political tour of the Kamba region, led by Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka. Now, the slogan was seen as an attempt to build political unity between the Kikuyu and the Kamba communities and rally them together in opposing the current Kenya Kwanza government. In response to the slogan, Wambugu posted a message on his Facebook page. He appeared to interpret the slogan as a sign that Gashagua is slowly aligning himself with Kalonzo Musyoka. And listen to him. He says, "I can see Gashagua will have to endorse Kalonzo. This is okay since he is our cousin Nanigema. So if he gets the presidency, we have it because he is our family." Now, Gema stands for Gikuyu, Hembu, and Meru Association, a political and cultural identity used to describe Central Kenya communities. But let me tell you, the reason why we see that William Ruto is losing big time together with Kithure Kindiki is because when you go to Embu functions are collapsing for William Ruto. Cecil Barire is in fights with Kithure Kindiki over the leadership of UDA. Apart from in Embu County also, we have the strongest allies of Rigathi Gachagua being the former Attorney General and Cabinet Secretary Justin Muturi and some members of parliament. Apart from that, go to Meru County, which is also the second biggest part of the Gema community. The Meru County leaders, including Peter Munya, Kiraito Murongi, and one former Cabinet Secretary of Agriculture, Mithika Linturi, have all aligned themselves with one Rigathi Gachagua and Kalonzo Musyoka. Now, this tells you that Rigathi Gachagua has Meru in his pocket, he has Embu, he has Kamba, and now he has the Kikuyus. Now, the only thing now that he is going to do is to try now and bring other communities into his coalition. Now, knowing that Fred Matiang'i on the other side hasn't returned in the country, but he is set to return, hoping that the both of them comes into an agreement to work together ahead of the 2027 general election. I tell you, this might be the greatest threat to William Ruto. William Ruto was banking on the separation and the dispute between these opposition functions. But it seems they are not fighting. When Rigathi Gachagua, when Gachagua launched his DCP party, and all other opposition leaders weren't there. I mean, everybody saw that Rigathi Gachagua has fallen out with the rest. But his recent association with Kalonzo Musyoka, Eugene Wamalwa, sends a different picture to the government that thought this function of opposition is divided. Now, I ask, what tactics will William Ruto deploy to curb these tours and this influence that Rigathi Gachagua and Kalonzo Musyoka are garnering all over the country? That is the question we